Well, good evening, everybody, and happy Friday, and welcome to Friday Night Flights. I'm your host, Lazerbolt, and we're here with Wingnut Bob and Longhorn Ram, and tonight we are taking off out of Germany. There was recently a big update on the flight sim, and one of the things they added was some fancy new German airports and points of interest to check out and everything like that. So why not? Let's go ahead and fly around Germany. Right now we're in Hamburg Airport. It's pretty nice. It's an early morning flight that we're doing here. We should be taking off out of here in about 3 minutes. And yeah, enjoy yourself. Go grab yourself a drink and a snack and enjoy the show.
Yeah, you said it's an early morning flight, but your description says the takeoff time is 1600 hours local time.
That's the same description I've had in there for 14 years. I've never changed it.
Yeah, that's why it keeps messing me up. That's why I keep coming in here in the evening. It's like, oh.
Well, we used to
I
always
see you
fly.
guys now.
We used to always fly in the evenings because it looked nice, and you get the nice colors. But wanted to change it up a couple weeks ago and realized how beautiful it is early in the morning.
Are you on live weather?
Me? Negative. No, I like that few clouds preset. Well, that way you don't get a whole lot of wind, so it doesn't matter which direction we land at the airport when we get there.
What time are you using for morning?
Well, let's see here.
Change mine too then.
I've got 3:35 UTC or 5:35 local time.
Oh Jesus, it's dark almost.
Yeah, it gets light in a hurry.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. 5:35. All right. Oh, they put me on live weather too. We need to change that, or did it?
Yeah, I am definitely. I like that they finally got that new update out, but it did screw a couple things up. I had to work around as I was trying to make that flight plan.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Where the heck am I?
Also, once you load your flight plan, don't forget to send it out to the ATC and the avionics. Yeah, Bob, you were asking me earlier if I installed that Dirty 30, and I did. I actually spent quite a few hours flying it around, trying desperately to figure out the autopilot on there. Well, it's not just the whole autopilot. The whole thing is pretty intuitive, and it's just like most of them. But like Longhorn, I could not get it to follow the flight plan. I could get it to follow a heading bug, but I got it to follow all kinds of other stuff. I mean, it was following radio frequencies and doing all kinds of weird shit, but I couldn't get it to follow the GPS. I mean, just the fact that it was following everything in sight, like I said, it was following VORs and DMEs, it was doing all kinds of navigating. I felt like I was at least in the right section to where I should be able to find how to make it follow the GPS, but I just couldn't find the right option.
Join the club.
One of my biggest complaints is they enabled the markers now for cities in free flight. I don't mind that so much, but I can't turn them off.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I noticed that. I did. Yep.
That, like, just as you're flying around, right on the screen, it gives you a POI marker for the city?
Yeah, for every single city. So it's like loaded with cities. Now, I mean,
flew around for hours. I never noticed that.
Well, I have a button mapped to turn off all POIs, so that turns it off. But then it also turns off the markers for you guys and for the airports we're going to and the POIs that are in the flight plan, which is what I wanted to do, because sometimes I'll tell them to turn that stuff off, but I even got it unselected in the menu of different things to choose, and I have cities unselected, or city markers, and it doesn't do anything. They're there unless I use the button to turn everything off.
Well, that's unusual, because I've got it set also to where I can toggle the POIs on and off. But it doesn't take your name tags away when I do that. It just takes the POIs. I haven't noticed that there's markers for the city. I need to keep an eye open for that.
Well, if I look off to my left, there's a whole bunch of markers, and the only one that's close enough to actually give a city name is Hamburg. That's listed. That's just off about
Okay, yeah, I've
10
got
o'clock.
that. 4.6 miles.
Yeah, so you're seeing cities.
Yeah, weird.
Before,
Yeah, at least all that
before
shit
they
goes
weren't
away
showing
when I
the
want it to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got a
well,
little button I can toggle to turn everything off. Cities, airports, all at once. And,
yeah. Well, that's what I did. But what I had it mapped to was turn off name tags, the blue taxiway markers, and the POIs. So that way I can get rid of all that stuff when I want it. But then when I'm trying to find you guys, I can turn it back on real quick and find you. Well, when I turn it back on, it turns on the cities too. So maybe I need to go in and map it to tell it to turn off the cities directly with that button. I don't know. I'll have to figure. I didn't spend a whole lot of time in it after updating to 3, so.
So, all right,
It's
guys.
annoying.
I hate to interrupt, but it is more than 10 after the hour. It's time to get these birds in the air. Let's go ahead and throttle up and roll out of here. Lazerbolt is rolling. I think 6,000 feet should do just fine. This is actually a relatively short flight plan, so we don't need to be in a big hurry. Why don't we maintain 260? We'll do a nice, comfortable 260.
Okay, 260 at 6.
Oh, there goes my plane tilting again.
Oh no. Yeah, I haven't had that episode. I haven't had that happen since about maybe a month ago. Ever since then, everything's
like
been fine.
Yeah, it's like as soon as I hit, what the heck is the speed? As soon as I hit about 100 knots, my plane just like dips like I got hit with a big gust of wind. It straightened back out again. I was able to take off, but
Maybe you can go into your settings, the hardware settings, and adjust the sensitivity or something on the.
well, I created a dead zone, but that didn't help me anything. Oh well, I got off the ground. It's almost like the plane is like extra sensitive now. Okay, you were remarking about those the beacon markers. I'm getting them taking off. The beep 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 beep.
I hear that too. Yeah.
Really? I don't think I'm hearing that.
Yeah, I heard some Morse code there for a second or something.
That's weird. Whatever random thing it happens to be dialed up to, you know what I mean?
They did not fix the size of the EFB and VR. I still can't change it from the building size map. Takes up 2/3 of my cockpit.
Bigger than your co-pilot.
Yep. And that should have been a giveaway right there, because the first plane that I spawned in with, the newer version of this, I had a co-pilot, and now when I went back to the 2020 version, my co-pilot's gone again.
Yeah, I on purpose turned off my co-pilot just because I was tired of looking at his ugly face.
Well, I created one. I like my co-pilot.
What's her name?
Haven't given her name, and she hasn't told me.
I figured it must be a woman.
It is. I actually modeled her after my daughter. So it
Aw.
kind of looks like my daughter. So it's like she can fly with me.
Sweet.
Alright, so why am I not following?
Did you make sure you
Navigate.
pushed out your flight plan to the ATC and avionics? I forgot to do that the other day, and it took me forever to diagnose it. And it's like, oh, it's such a simple thing. All I did was forget. It's like I was trying to get it to
Yeah.
follow the line, but my airplane didn't even realize there was a line. All right, rapidly approaching 6,000.
Yeah, I rapidly shot over 6,000. Oh, okay, I didn't have it on range localizer, which throws me off every time. It's like, to me, range localizer means I should be on, like, for an ILS landing or something. But, turn that off. Let's go back down now that I'm up at about 19,000 feet.
Germany is such a beautiful area. I always loved it. slow my ass down here. Going way too fast. I said 260.
Yeah, I thought you were pulling away.
Yeah, I was. As soon as I leveled out, I just took off like a rocket. So hopefully everybody had a good week. I know I did. I didn't do anything too special, but it was all smooth.
Yeah, bought myself a new HOTUS for to fly with the warplanes and fighter jets with.
Oh, real nice. What'd you get?
It's what's it called? The HOTUS 1 Thrustmaster for Xbox and PC.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I had a Thrustmaster for a while. It was one of those that had the, what do they call it, Holophx or whatever. It had like a magnetic ball inside. Yeah, it worked really good.
Yeah, it's been quite a while getting it resetting everything up on the. It had setups, but I had to change it to suit my fancy, you know.
Right. Yeah, I can. Yeah, their preset stuff, I can never figure out who's this for, because it ain't for me.
Yeah, but it works great. I mean, it's. I had one of them old cheap joystick, but this one's a lot nicer, and it's got the separate throttle on it for like a fighter jet.
Yeah, very cool. I have been enjoying that Dirty 30. As a matter of fact, the only thing,
nice.
Yo, it flies great. The only thing I had an issue with was not being able to get it to grab onto the GPS line, and that's a pretty small issue. I'll figure that out as time goes by. But I didn't have any other deal breakers, man. There wasn't nothing like, you know, gear won't work, or everything seemed to work fine. I love it. Sounds good. It looks good.
Yeah, that issue showed up for me on the last update they did for it a week or two ago.
What, the GPS thing?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure that it ever worked. Well, I mean, like I said,
Yeah,
it appears to be working. I just haven't found quite the right setting yet. And it doesn't help that, like, when you're looking through the flight computer trying to program it, everything is like an acronym. You know, I just want it to follow the GPS line, and then like the options are ATSB, BTYG, you know, USSR. It's like, man, what the hell are these settings, man? I don't know what any of them are. And so I just started going down the list and trying all of them, and like I said, it was following all kinds of stuff. I had it following radio frequencies and DMEs and VORs, and it was easily following all kinds of stuff, but it never followed the flight plan.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's something that'll be changed in the beta. It's in the beta now, so it's probably got another update. Well, I'm sure it has another update.
I would imagine there's a couple updates yet, but it's well, it's good that they moved it to beta. I mean, from what I understand, they moved it to beta because they feel like everything is there. Not that everything works perfectly, but everything is there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bob, I'm sneaking up here, looking good.
Yep, right on you.
Any idea where the landing light switch is on this thing?
Well, it would be either by your armrest on the left-hand side or your co-pilot's armrest on the right-hand side. Let me look.
Landing
Oh, you
light
know what
is
though?
on
No, it's in the
co-pilot's center dash, front dash in front of the co-pilot.
Yeah.
Right next to the HSI. You got the extend switches above it and the lights below it. Toggle.
Oh, okay, I see taxi lights. There they are, okay.
Yeah, it's like all
Got
the
it.
internal lights are on the armrest.
Oh, okay, so I can either do extend or retract, and then I've got the left light on and off, or the right light on and off.
Yeah. You want to extend.
Okay, what does retract do? Point like straight down or something?
Yeah, it retracts it up into the wing, level with the wing, for when you're landing and you're turning everything off.
Okay. Got it. I probably just blew right by you again since I don't see you guys again.
You did.
Yeah, not too bad. Half a mile. So I'm pretty excited. Tomorrow I'm going to hop in my RV and take a trip with a couple buddies of mine. We are going to Wisconsin to the Bristol Renaissance Festival. There's a huge Renaissance Festival there. It's a pretty big, popular one. I believe that they're getting ready to shut it down for the year, so this might be the last weekend. So we said, you know what, we haven't been there in about 12 years, let's just go. You know, we're going to pile in the RV, we're going to head there and check out the Renaissance Festival. It's been a long time. It was awesome last time. It was really good. If you like that kind of stuff, it was really good. They do a good job. Like I said, it's a very high profile one. It's not just a, you know, a couple nerds tried to put something together. It's like, nope, this is a big deal with sponsors and everything. It's really nice. They got jousting, and my favorite thing is, God, what do they call it? The tomatoes of justice or something like that. They got this poor guy in the stockade, and what a job that would be all day long, huh? All summer long, just be in the stockade. And they sell tomatoes, so you can throw tomatoes at the guy. And of course what they do is they take the core of the tomato off. They got a tool that they just kind of shove down the center, and it makes the tomato all squishy so it doesn't hurt so bad when you hit them. But that guy is the funniest guy I've ever heard. He just sits there all day long insulting people. As you walk by him, he's in the stockade, and he's just perfect. Some people are really good at finding what upsets you. You know what I mean? And he just sits there and insults people all day long until they go and buy a tomato and smack them with it hard. It's pretty funny. I've seen some brutes too. I've seen some big 7-foot tall, muscle-bound jarheads just grab a tomato and absolutely demolish the guy's face, and you could tell it hurt. But the guy's a trooper. He just keeps going on. They better pay him pretty good, because he's very funny, and that's gotta hurt.
Like the clown in the barrel at a rodeo.
Right.
You're paid for taking the abuse.
Yeah.
But that's probably about how long it's been
justice.
since I've seen a Renaissance. We used to get them. They come to Arizona every year, and but it's usually like March through May, and then they back off when it starts to get hot. But my first year here, moving to Northern California, they actually had one set up about a half hour from where I live, and they haven't been back. So we didn't get to visit it. We didn't see it because we were house hunting at the time. That's the only reason we found out about it, because one of the houses we went to look at, we walked in, you know, we had to arrange it with our realtor. We walk into the house, and there's like 4 people inside this empty house. Nothing else is in there but sleeping bags on the living room floor.
Were they squatting?
That's what my wife and I think, but we walk in and they're all dressed in like Renaissance costumes.
Oh.
So we asked, what the heck what are you doing here? We're you know, my realtor said, hey, I'm showing this house. What are you guys doing here? Oh, the owner gave us the keys so we could stay here because we're here for the Renaissance Festival. It's like, well, I'm trying to show the house here. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll just go outside and wait for you guys then. I mean, they had like suitcases packed around in different rooms, but the house was really
so
empty.
Apparently they weren't actually squatting. They were they were invited, but they didn't know the house was getting shown.
That's kind of why we think they might have been squatting.
Well, right, that was just the story they said, huh?
Yeah, so they might have like found an open window in a vacant house that was up for sale, so they slid in and they decided to stay there while the Renaissance Festival was going on.
Slick. A nice little train going on here. Say guys, when we get to Munster at Echo Delta Delta Golf, we should be there shortly. We're about 55 miles out. We will be landing on runway 25. Count on runway 25. It's relatively straight in. We got 7,000 feet of asphalt and an ILS. So we have an ILS frequency of 110.1. 110.1 for that ILS. And it does have a magnetic heading of 248 degrees. 248 degrees. So count on that for runway 25 when we get there. We should be there shortly. Like I said, this we might need to slow down tonight. This is a slightly smaller flight plan. I was trying to keep it all in Germany, And with these fast airplanes, Germany is a small country, you know, when you're in this fast of an airplane. Go ahead and set that nav frequency here, 110.1.
Another pet peeve of mine that they didn't fix is if you scroll in and out on the EFB on the map view, you got to go back and reselect it to recenter on your aircraft.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that.
Just checking your undercarriage here, Longhorn. Your anti-collision light seems to be working okay.
I'll see if my my dump button works.
No honey bucket dumps here.
Don't do a Dave Matthews Band on the poor guy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not 100% following the flight plan. It seems to be off to the left a little bit, but oh well, good enough. We are only about 52 miles out. In another few miles, well, let me check the elevation. I bet it ain't much. Another few miles, we're going to be dropping her down to whatever's necessary here. Yeah, not much elevation at all, 159 feet. So, yeah, when I get within about 25, 30 miles, I'm going to slowly bring her down to 3,000. Pretty flat around here. Looks like Michigan. Yeah, it's always weird around here. Like if you want to go to Wisconsin for something, and I rarely want to go to Wisconsin for any friggin' thing, but it's like a 2-hour boat ride or a 5.5-hour car ride.
You just build a bridge across the lake.
Right? To go there? No thanks. One of the things my little town of Ludington, Michigan has, though, is we have a really nice kind of a historic car ferry going on. We've got a car ferry called the Badger. It goes back and forth. Been doing it for a long time. It started out, it used to be for hauling trains, and it's big. You can haul 2 trains side by side, one right next to each other. Hey, Coast, I see you hopping in, buddy. How you doing?
Good. How's everything going these days?
Good, buddy. It's Friday.
Yeah, I noticed that. Cold here.
It's getting cold here too already, and that's shocking. I'm not ready for this yet. I think it only got about maybe touched 70 degrees today. Maybe.
We're under a heat advisory until 11 p.m. tomorrow.
Really? Yeah, I hear people all over like California and stuff are like, Jesus Christ, it's like 99 degrees here. It's like, well, the weather changed around here in a hurry. It already feels like fall.
Man, we've had like 98 to 100 down here last week, every day.
That's what we've had for the last 3 days. But then again, I bet you got a lot more humidity where you're at, Bob.
We do. Today was actually nice. We got a rain last night, and today was It's actually nice. The weather changed, but man, this past week, whoosh, it was killer.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it to get cold yet, but that's a bit much what you got going on.
Yeah, I got two fawns sitting out in my backyard going to sleep
Really, right now you do.
right now.
Well, they better get used to, or better get ready for winter in a hurry. It's cold. Of course, the ones that live right in town don't need to worry about it as much as the rest of them.
Yeah, they can go to somebody's garage.
We are 32 miles out from Munster. Munster happens to be my favorite cheese. A random topic, but yeah, I love Munster cheese.
Isn't that Swiss cheese? It's Munster cheese?
No, it's not. It doesn't taste much like Swiss cheese either. It's a little, and Swiss cheese is almost a little sour tasting, and Munster cheese isn't. Munster is more like a Havarti or something. It's kind of a rich, almost a softer cheese. I wouldn't call it a soft cheese, but it's not very sturdy. It's just delicious. It's kind of mellow, but you can taste it.
Yeah, I prefer either Wisconsin cheddar or Parmesan.
I'm gonna bring this bird down here just a little, and don't forget we do have a ILS, so we could probably latch onto that real directly here.
We prefer New York State cheddar to Wisconsin cheddar.
I didn't realize there was such a thing as New York cheddar.
Oh yeah, big market.
It all sounds good to me. I like cheese. I'm going to get ready here. Like I said, I'm within 25 miles. I bet you I can latch onto that ILS frequency already, and I better start dropping down.
Mine airplane tracks way to the left of the line now.
Yeah, mine did too. Yeah, way to the left. And I notice if you resend the flight plan back to your avionics, it'll correct that, but it'll screw up your flight plan then. Now you'll have to go back to the beginning of it. So I don't do that no more. Anyway, I am already tracking that ILS localizer. It's looking really good. Also, don't forget, what are we looking at here? Don't forget the heading 248. There you go.
Yep, mine's tracking it.
Holding 3,000.
This is going to make my plane look like a lame duck.
How's that?
Well, I set the course back when I had my all my ILS stuff programmed in, but then I went back to heading so I could like adjust it to go off to the left a little bit. And so when I went back into the ILS part of things, it reset my course like 170 degrees. So I just intercepted the line at a 90-degree angle. So now it's wobbling back and forth trying to get it
trying
centered.
to figure out the yeah, it's like the only time it actually lets you set your course is when you're on that ILS VOR 1 or 2. Otherwise, the course just shows what course you're flying and not the course you want to fly. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Should be picking up that glide slope indicator here directly.
I just did.
And there we go. Yeah, looking good. This should be a nice smooth approach. 20 miles out for Munster.
Oh, I'm in front of you, huh? I just now saw you back there.
No, you're good. We can
Didn't
keep
know
an eye
it was
on you.
Somebody needs to, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'll do that when I'm driving often. I'll see somebody behind me driving like an absolute fucking idiot. And man, I'll let them go around me. Just, I'd rather have you in front of me than behind me, you fool. Not you, Bob.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But, you know
No,
what I
I
mean?
know-
Just
I know-
sometimes
yeah.
you see people just driving like an idiot and it's like, oh my God, this guy behind me makes me nervous.
Yeah, been there and done that. I know what you mean.
Yeah, looking real good. I can see that the runway already from way back. About 18 miles out, and I can already see it. Yeah, I did tweak my graphic settings a little bit just to try to get a little better. I noticed like last week when I would like say have the camera pointing behind me and then I switched to have the camera pointing in front of me, it would take a second to draw everything in, and it looked really bad as everything was popping in. But there's that one setting, gosh, I forget what it's called, off-screen terrain caching. I bumped that way up, and yeah, it's not affecting my system at all, and everything in all directions is fully rendered, so that's a good deal. It's not just rendering the shit I'm looking at, it's rendering everything. Very nice approach. So, what time of year? I mean, I know it's summertime, but what, like, when do they usually have that Oshkosh, the air show in Oshkosh? When the hell is that? That's like
It
July.
just happened within the last month.
right. It must have been July.
Every July, yeah. I don't remember if there's a specific day
Right on.
or week, but
I
know
just-
it's
Probably
July.
a certain. It's probably like the second or third weekend in July every year, so the date varies.
I got to remember to count on that next year. I want to go to that real bad. That'd be perfect trip for my RV. I just got to remember when it's coming up, you know, and make plans for it.
Yeah, make plans probably way in advance so you got a place to stay, because I bet they fill up.
Yeah, that's a classic camper RV kind of place too, to where, you know, there's going to be a lot of people in campers. Same thing at that Ren Fair. There's going to be a ton of people in campers, you know, so don't count on that. I forgot to set it over to AFF, so I didn't get my glide slope. Let's try and see if I can sneak under it again. I mean, I can tell if I'm on it just by looking at the artificial horizon, and that's helpful already. Yeah, one thing about that Dirty 30 is it automatically mapped my throttle to do reverse thrust when I pull it all the way back. Not real crazy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the problem I had when I was flying with Bob.
There's a you can adjust that on that little tablet over there if you want to, unless you want to change it in your main settings, but you can adjust that.
Oh, that'd be handy if you could adjust it right on that knee board. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I haven't checked out the knee board at all, actually.
Yeah, there's actually a button you can select to turn that off. It took me a while to figure out where it was and what was happening, but once I shut it off, it made it so much easier. Otherwise, I'd be flying and try to reverse or lower my throttle, which I always just pull all the way back, and it would just like slam it on the brakes.
Yeah. Well, I would notice like I'm at the airport and I can't stop going backwards. You know?
Yep.
It's like, geez, as soon as I take my brakes off, I shoot backwards. Like, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
I don't want that at all.
I adjusted it on that tablet, and it works actually pretty good.
I didn't even check out that tablet. That's one thing I need to keep an eye on. I imagine there's all kinds of cool stuff on there. That's probably how you get, if they have anything. I don't know if they even have things like paratroopers or smoke or anything like that, but that's where it would be.
Yeah, you can load cargo, pallets. There's some kind of a vehicle, big vehicle, I forget what it's called, you can load different variety of things you can load in your cargo bay.
Yeah, I sure do like that bird though. That's pretty nice. I like what they're doing with it so far. And it feels close. It feels like it's just about ready.
Yeah, I bought the one in DCS too, but it might be a few months before they release it, but it looks really awesome too.
Yeah, I don't hardly ever play DCS. I don't know if I wouldn't get much value out of buying that one.
I was gonna try it. I haven't bought anything. I haven't bought anything else besides that, but thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, why not? Hey, it is a Hercules.
I watched a video on it about a week or two ago, and you can actually they had two people flying together in the same cockpit. You can do shared cockpit on it.
Really?
It was pretty amazing what they were doing.
That is pretty incredible. How do they do that if it's not native to the game? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was. If you come across, check out their video. They did a night flight. They had a guy sharing cockpit, flying co-pilot position.
Really?
Setting his flight plans and doing everything, and the pilot was just flying a plane, basically telling him what he wanted him to do.
Huh? That's impressive. I didn't know that it was even possible to do that. Yeah, very cool.
I didn't either. Yeah. That's how I came across. I saw it on YouTube, a video of them advertising it, and they have it where you can pre-order it now. So I said, well, shoot, let me give that a try. So it looked pretty neat.
Yeah, that sounds neat. I will definitely be checking that out.
I think you can probably find it. Just type, if you go type C-130J DCS World or something. I'm sure you'll find it, but it's like a night flight, and two guys flying it.
Huh? Oh, cool.
Well, there's
All right,
several
guys.
videos on that airplane, but that one in particular.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be making some videos about it once I learn a little more about it. Maybe a startup video and then an ILS tutorial. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get these birds out of here. We are on our way to Frankfurt. So, yeah, let's do that. I think 6,000 feet should get us to Frankfurt just fine. There's no mountains around here. We're going to have to take a little bit of a left-hand turn. But let's climb these birds out of here. This Volt is rolling. 6,260 knots. We started at Hamburg. We're ending up at Frankfurt. All delicious.
Oh, tighten your seatbelt, Longhorn.
See,
The
that's what
same
it does
thing
every
happened,
time.
That is weird. I wonder if it's somehow related to VR, but I can't imagine how. Don't forget your gear, Longhorn. Got them beautiful early morning colors going on right now. Loving that. Holding 6,000 and a little change. Yeah, I got something going screwy on my I don't know, my flight plan right now. It says we're only 5 miles away from Frankfurt, and I know we're a lot farther than 5 miles from Frankfurt. It must have added a little waypoint for me.
Yeah, I see
Like
that too.
a departure procedure or something dumb that I didn't ask for. Well, the one thing that's nice is it's nice and cool around here. I don't have to have my fan on. It blows right into my microphone. Although I'd rather have another month of nice weather. Okay, and there we go.
That's fine.
Turning over.
Looking at the EFB, it just has the 4 points, has the runway we took off from, Munster, Frankfurt, and runway 26. Yeah, so the EFB doesn't have it in it.
That little jog that it just took us on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that there's something screwed up in the flight planner, big time. I was pulling my hair out trying to plan this flight, and finally I just said, screw it, it's good enough, I don't even care anymore. I spent hours working on it, and it just kept doing weird things. Like I said, I would say like, okay, we want to fly from Munster to Frankfurt, and it would add every single airport between Munster and Frankfurt. There'd be like 100 airports on the flight plan. I'm like, no, that's not what I meant, you know.
I noticed that on the world map when I first loaded in the flight plan. There was like this really defined line. It looked like there was a waypoint marker like every 5 or 10 miles.
Oh, right, yeah. Hey, I see we got PCE stopping in saying hi. I didn't realize that was what he goes by on YouTube. Scotty doesn't know. But hey, PC, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. We are flying around Germany tonight, having a good old time. If I can slow down a little bit here and get to my 260. How's everything going with you, PC? Yeah, this is weird. It keeps giving me like small increments. Like now it says 3 miles to the next waypoint, and then it... Yeah, this is crazy. You know what? It's going to keep... You know what I think it did? It added all of those airports I was just talking about. Like I said, if you want to go from Munster to Frankfurt, it would add 100 airports in between. Any airport that was anywhere near that pink line, it would add. And I think that's what's going on here. Every 3 miles, it just resets to the next waypoint, and it's just bouncing. Yep, my next airport's 11 miles away. Yeah, that's not good, Microsoft. What are you doing? Don't do that.
Yeah, they probably won't be a fix to that until the next update 4 comes around.
Oh, right on. Hey, Scotty doesn't know, also known as PC, says he's doing good. He's watching the stream with his dad. He's never seen this game before. Well, cool. I don't know if your dad has any interest in aviation, but this game is sure hard to beat if you're into that kind of stuff. I mean, just take a look at this awesome cockpit we got going on here. The C-130 Hercules is my favorite beast ever. And this is quite an impressive beast. And yes, almost every single switch and knob and dial works. There's a couple of them that don't work, but it's usually something you don't need anyway. It's just for looks. But yeah, it's a very impressive game and a very impressive airplane too. I love it.
Got them cooling towers and the smokestack down there.
Oh yeah. They only got smoke coming out of the big tower.
Yeah.
But it's a nice looking facility. Just about going right over that smoke. I hope there's nothing too radioactive. This might not even be a nuclear plant. Yeah, it's disappointing that it did that to our flight plan. You know what, I'm wondering if that's why on the last leg we weren't exactly lined up with the pink line. Because right now we're going to be generally lined up with the pink line, but it's going to keep jogging us back and forth between these local airports. And I don't like that. That is not what I signed up for.
I'm way off the pink line on the EFB.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I'm way to the right.
Yeah.
I noticed that every time I would make a flight plan, like you said, Laser, it would not follow it to the T.
Yeah.
It's always off.
Hey, PC says his dad likes helicopter sims. It's very cool. Yeah. There's some pretty cool helicopters in this game too, and they're very well modeled and simulated. And I don't know why your dad likes helicopters so much, but my dad used to be a helicopter pilot in Vietnam. That's one of the reasons why I have such a love of aviation, is I grew up, you know, in the military atmosphere, my dad being a pilot and everything, and I saw helicopters every day. And yeah, just kind of fell in love with the whole aviation thing, you know.
You know, they gave you a free helicopter with update 3 also.
Did they?
Yeah, the
Have you checked it out
Eurocopter.
yet?
I haven't flown it yet, but I went and looked at it.
Huh. A big one, small one? I'm assuming it's nothing too fancy.
It's actually, from the outside, it looks very similar to like the H-135, 145.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called, the EC-135, the new one.
Isn't that...
Yeah.
Am I wrong, or is that kind of similar to a Black Hawk? Or is it
Not
smaller
really.
than that?
No, you can actually, I think, use it for, I don't know, cargo missions, or if it's maybe like the lift missions, for the helicopter lift.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it is big. It can be used as a crane.
No, it's not. Yeah, I don't. Well, maybe not crane then, because it's not that big. I mean, it's a little bit bigger than the 208 is, but it's probably about the size of the H-135. But it's a German version of it. That's why it's a Eurocopter.
Oh, right on. I'm thinking of
But
the EH Augusta. That's that Black Hawk.
Oh, yeah, it'll be in your library if you go in. Well, when you go in to look to
Right.
like free flight and then go into your library planes, it'll be in there now.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. I didn't even know that they gave us that. I was a little surprised that they updated Germany. I didn't know that was going to be part of the update either, big Germany update. But cool.
Yeah, they announced that a couple of weeks ago because of the Game Fest that's going on right now in Germany. So
Oh yeah.
they always do.
I saw a video about a lot of really cool space games that are going to be coming out in the next year. A lot of them look pretty good. I like that kind of stuff.
Well, all I can say is I'm glad you didn't make a flight plan that's going into the sun, because it would be almost impossible to see anything.
Yeah, yeah, we've done plenty of that. Those are always nice to have an ILS approach going on. Well, I'm going to try to get some Frankfurt, Maine information here. I'm not sure how much good it'll do us with the way this flight plan is just bouncing us from airport to airport. I can tell I just switched over to the next quote-unquote leg, of which there are hundreds. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we go ahead and consider landing on runway 7 right? Let's see here. Oh, it's plenty big enough. We got 13,000 feet of asphalt. We have an ILS frequency of 110.905. 110.905 on that ILS frequency. We've got a nice feather on that. The heading on that is 66 degrees magnetic. So count on 66 degrees magnetic for runway 07 right at a ILS frequency of 110.905. It's going to be difficult to see whether we're close enough to the airport or not, but we'll figure it out. Go ahead and add that into the navigation radio.
Man, I had to get up and close the window. A skunk outside my window somewhere.
Nice.
I thought somebody was cooking something in the window, but now it's gotten stronger and now I know what it is.
Well, that's not food.
They might be cooking a skunk.
110.905. Yeah, it's a little odd how all the flight plans are screwed up now after the new update. I didn't expect that. Makes it quite difficult to make a flight plan. Like I said, if you say we want to fly from, you know, Denver to Detroit, it will add every airport from Denver to Detroit, and you'll have a 200 airport flight plan going on, and that ain't good.
I may try that flight planner that they added with it. I haven't used
The
that in a
online
long time
one?
to see if that makes, to see if that makes any difference.
Yeah, I'm looking with that a little bit. It's okay. I mean, that might be the better way to do it. That doesn't mean it won't add it as soon as you get into the game, though, because you notice the flight plan didn't have any of that on there, and as soon as we load it into the sim, it just
It thinks it's there.
Yeah, it thinks it's there. I mean, you can even look at the map, and the map doesn't say any of that's been loaded in, but the airplane thinks that we want to stop at 100 different airports.
Or maybe try a little nav map and load a flight plan in that and then drag it over or save it over. See what that does.
Yeah, like I said, I doubt that'll work, but it's worth a try. Because like I said, the flight plan looks normal, but behind the scenes there's something very wrong going on.
Yep.
I'm considering just, I might just fly by heading bug so I don't keep zigzagging back and forth. Yeah, I'm gonna just use my heading bug to fly.
Okay, I can do that. I'm used to that.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. We're just going to have to kind of keep an eye on our instruments to see when we're within range of that ILS localizer. I suppose it doesn't matter if we stay over here to the left of the line, because we're going to have to be to the left of the line anyway to run up at that runway. A reminder, we're going to be landing 07 right. 07 right. It's a big one too. Once again, like that last airport, we don't have much of an elevation to worry about when we get to Frankfurt. It's only about 300 feet.
Is this where hot dogs were developed or invented?
You know, I do not know, but it wouldn't shock me one bit if that was the deal, you know, where the Frankfurter comes from. It's almost certainly where the Frankfurter comes from. Although, I'm not sure if hamburgers come from Hamburg, so maybe they do, maybe they don't.
They do.
They do. Well, that makes sense. Those Germans know how to eat. I'll tell you what, I lived in Germany for 3 years, and it was wonderful. I absolutely loved it. It was great. The food was great. The people were great, and really enjoyed that. I was just a kid at the time, so I didn't get a chance to, you know, check out Oktoberfest and all kinds of neat things like that. But as far as being a kid in a foreign country, you can hardly do better in Germany. That was just great. I enjoyed it.
I've only spent a week there.
Why would you go for a week? Was it a vacation, or did you get sent there for work?
No, work. Had to install some equipment
Right on.
for Delphi.
Oh, I see.
Probably the coolest place I ever got to tour. I went out there. Well, I landed like I think it was either Friday night or Saturday. I don't remember now. It's so long ago. But so I had the weekend before my work, and then I left like the following Monday, a week later. So I got 2 weekends there, and we went out and checked out some castles and stuff, and it was like really cool.
Beautiful, huh? Beautiful country.
Yes. Oh yeah. I saw some that were completely restored, and basically they held like modern day balls in them, and then there's others that look like they were just completely dilapidated and falling apart. Big arenas and stuff where they used to feed people lions and stuff like that. It was just so cool.
A lot of relatives in Germany. One of them actually lives in a castle. But there's castles all over the place, and some of them they just kind of rent out. You know, you can rent it and live there if you want. get it set up for that ILS approach, and I'm just going to have to keep an eye on my my navigation ball to see when I pick up that localizer. I'm going to swing out considerably to the right to make sure we're lined up for that runway 7. It seems a little bit early for this, but this will be our penultimate stop for the evening. So we're going to take a 10-minute break once we get here. We're going to get down on the ground and park up, and it'll be a good chance to grab yourself a drink or a snack, use the restroom, or do what you need to do. Maybe pet the dog if that's what it needs. And we'll take 10 minutes there. By the way, if anybody would ever want to fly with us, we would love to have you. Please come join us. It's really easy to do. We're casual guys to hang out with. We don't take this all too seriously like some people do. We just try to have a good time. You can get the game on Game Pass. That's a good way to do it, to see if you like it or not. Otherwise, it's quite expensive just to see if it's for you. But yeah, if you want to see if it's for you, grab it on Game Pass and give it a try. You can get the details for each flight in the description of the YouTube video. It'll tell you where we're going and what airplane we're flying. And that's a good way to join us. And also like and subscribe so you feel good about the world, and yeah, do it. I'm a little disappointed that the new update didn't fix the multiplayer where you can't see the Hercules properly unless you're using the old version. I was really hoping that would fix it, but I'm not even sure they're aware of it. Somebody's got to be aware of it.
Well, that's something I think Captain Sim has to fix, because that's the only thing I've seen that happens to.
That's true. That is the only airplane I've ever seen that happens to. But I haven't flown hundreds of airplanes either. I pretty much stick to my 10 favorites, you know. But you're probably right about that. That's probably on Captain Sim's end. And that's what worries me, because Captain Sim isn't really known for like fixing stuff like that.
Did you say we was going on 7 right?
We are 7 right. So like I said, we're going to have to technically shoot past the airport a little bit. And right about the time I'm getting ready to make my turn for final, I'm going to drop down to 3,000 feet. Yeah, it's one of those things to where, like, I'm not sure how much the developers, either the developer of the game or the airplanes, I'm not sure how much they care about multiplayer. You know what I mean? Their biggest focus is to just make sure their airplane works good and blah blah blah. And multiplayer is like extremely secondary. Like, I don't think they realize that there's a huge base of people that really like it as much as we do. You know? But that's just one of those things that I could picture them just putting on the back burner. It's like, oh well, whatever. Airplane works fine. I'm going to turn directly south. A reminder that runway is at a heading of 66 degrees magnetic, 66. Looking forward to getting down on the ground. I need to grab myself a cocktail. It's Friday.
I just picked up the ILS 26 miles out.
Right on, I should be able to pick it up from here too. I'm nowhere near pointing close to, not really pointing close to it. I should turn in a little bit first and also drop her down. So yeah, I'm going to turn to a heading of 150 and descend to 3000. That's one nice thing about the Dirty 30 is that it lets you, you can map all of the buttons to your controllers, like everything. Like this one, a lot of the analog gauges and stuff, it doesn't let you, like your heading hold or your altitude hold, things like that. You can't map it to your controller, you have to do it in the cockpit. But in the Dirty 30, all of that stuff, you can map everything, so that's handy.
Yeah, that's true. Six degrees. I'm going to go ahead and engage that ILS feather and see what we got. So far, not much happening. Okay, it doesn't really look like I'm within range. It's turning me. I think I'm closer to it than you guys are, though.
Oh, there we go. I must have just got within range. course, it ain't turning me the right way. I don't know what's the deal there. Appear to have everything set correctly.
Be turning you to your left.
Yeah, I'm on the heading bug right now. I'm getting ready to try it again here and see what happens. Duh, I figured it out. I'm stupid. Instead of a course of 66 degrees, I was doing 166.
Might do it.
That'll definitely do it. Well, that's much better. Inbound. Runway 07 left. Or actually 07 right.
Got the sun right in my eye.
Yeah, this is a good time to have an ILS feather going on because it's going to be hard to see anything with that sun right there. Picked up the glide slope indicator at 20 miles. Everything going smooth. Holding 2,500. So, Coast, how's everything been going over there for you, buddy? You feeling good?
Yep.
Well, good,
You
good,
want a
good.
skunk?
Yeah, doing pretty good. I've been pretty busy the last week, so I haven't been much on the computer. But, you know, with some medical issues that we've been working on, and seeing some new people, and that's about it.
You're a little bit quiet there, buddy. trouble picking you up.
How's that?
Oh, there you go. You must have been away from the mic.
Yeah, I gotta get this thing working. But yeah, I've been busy with other things this week.
Yeah, it isn't easy to have the time to work on a computer because, especially when it's something you're trying to diagnose, it can take forever. It's like I've spent days diagnosing a computer before, where I'd spend 8 hours and I only tried 3 things. You know what I mean? Because it takes a while to. Well, maybe if I open it up and I do this and then I reboot it. Well, maybe if I uninstall this and then reinstall it, and that takes an hour.
Yeah, my son-in-law and my daughter are moving this week. They've been moving all week long. Small stuff. We've been helping out with watching their daughter.
They're moving away.
They're not moving very far. They're only moving to another place in the local area, just to a bigger place.
I see. Oh, they're moving up. That's a good deal. 3-mile approach, runway 7 right. Slow this bird down, like way down. Some gear wouldn't hurt either. Oh boy, I'm coming in hot. Wingnut, I'm going to be going right over the top of you, man.
Okay.
Well, maybe not. I might be able to hold this together. Let's see. It's going to be close. Try not to stop too short. I'll run right into the back of you.
Okay.
Just take it an extra couple hundred yards farther down the runway.
Now, you know what? Looking at it, I think we're good. We're good. You're already faster than me. I'm going to have no problem here. Right on. Nice Lufthansa terminal over there. Beautiful.
Yeah, this airport was handcrafted or something. It's really nicely done.
This must be one of those Gold Star airports. It's very nice.
It is.
Yeah, I remember way back in the day we were doing a flight. Remember I said we used to do these like historical flights and we pretended we're going back in time and whatnot. And we would just find something that was local and did something historical. Like, you know, hey, these people need, I don't know, they need rocks for their fish tank or whatever, you know, so we'll transport rocks there. But anyway, one of the missions that we did one night had to do with the Hanseatic League. And I had never heard of that before, but apparently at one time the Hanseatic League was one of the most powerful shipping companies. That was like, we're talking way back in the day when it was literally ships transporting spice and stuff like that. And the Hanseatic League was one of the big ones. And I never realized that that's where Lufthansa comes from. It's Lufthansa, as in the Hanseatic League. It's basically the Air Hanseatic League is what that stands for. I had no idea, but that is a very historic company going way, way, way back. Way back before America was even a thing. Alrighty, it is 26 after the hour. At 36 after the hour, we're going to be in the air. So take these 10 minutes to stretch your legs, grab a snack, use the restroom, and we'll be back in there in 10 minutes, guys.
Got that. Be back.
I hear a dog. This bird back out onto the runway here, and we'll be leaving in a few minutes.
Just remembered I had a bottle of margarita pre-mixed in the fridge. It goes good with my peanut butter pretzels.
Jackpot. I have no idea what my flight plan is doing at this point, but I'm going to try to follow that pink line again. It might not work at all. It might still be stuck on some airport way back. We'll see. I'll give it a try. You know what, actually, now that I think about it, it's going to just keep doing the same thing even if it's on the right leg. So screw it. I'm going to continue flying with the heading bug.
Might have to come back later, check out this airport. This thing looks awesome.
Yeah, you would think Frankfurt would have a nicely modeled airport. Boy, they do. A lot of cranes around here, though, as if they're doing construction.
Yeah, I see a big yellow one over there to our right.
Yeah, behind that big hangar, there's another one. Two of them, actually.
Yep.
See, that's giving me that erroneous resource usage message. Once again, I wish they would relax on that a little bit. It's clearly not affecting the performance here. As a matter of fact, I never need that. You never need to tell me that I'm taxing my system too hard. I can tell if I am. It's one of those things that I haven't looked enough to see if you can turn that off.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that logically you do not need to tell me that. If I can't tell just by looking at it that I'm using too many resources, then there's no problem, right? Don't tell me there's a problem if there's no problem. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. I think we can climb back up to 6,000 feet. We're going to be taking a considerable right-hand turn to get out of here, and we'll be on our way to Munich. All right, let's get these birds in the air. Lazerbolt is spooling up and rolling. And I see your bird tipping over again. That is the weirdest thing.
This time it tipped to the right.
It doesn't usually do that, huh? It's usually to the left.
Yeah, I'm sure it has to do with the wind, because now that I'm over 100 knots, now it's tracking smooth again.
That's very weird. That it seems to be every airport, though. Oh well, maybe it is.
I don't know, it's the only plane it happens in, though.
True. You said something a couple weeks ago, like you thought maybe your autopilot was like it would trim your aircraft out extreme, and then you turn your autopilot off and your trim is still extreme, and then it kind of flips you over. You know, that made a lot of sense to me. I don't know if there would be the equivalent.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right, I don't know if there's some kind of equivalent for left and right. I mean, I know you could do like a yaw trim as well, but why the hell would your autopilot mess with that?
Well, other than my autopilot isn't even on when I go to take off, so.
Right, but like as you're landing, it does what it does, and then it's still that way when you're taking off. But like I said,
No,
that's weird.
because-
Why would it mess with your yaw or your, that would be your roll? Why would it mess with your roll? The autopilot doesn't usually do that. Especially if you're coming in nice and straight.
Well, I don't turn the autopilot off until I am almost right on the runway. So if that were the case, then you would think it would happen as soon as I landed too. If it was like at some extreme.
True. It is a mystery though. Very weird.
Big old soccer stadium down there. We just went past. You see that?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's got a marker on it, doesn't it? The Deutsche Bank Park.
Yeah.
Nice. You guys ever see that movie Dodgeball? It's a hilarious movie. Or no, I'm not thinking of Dodgeball. I'm thinking of, was it Beer Fest? Absolutely hilarious. It's just the thing that still crosses my mind all the time. It cracked me. It's like, it was so funny, it broke me. For like 2 weeks, I just couldn't stop thinking about how funny that was. And it's really not that funny. It's really stupid. But the one dude, because there's like a team of Americans in a drinking contest in Germany against the team of Germans. And of course the team of Germans are total assholes the whole time. They're the worst. They're the absolute, I don't mean worst like a bratwurst, but they're the worst. And one of the guys called the other guy a Deutschbag, and I just thought that was the funniest thing I had ever heard, and I just couldn't get it out of my mind. I went way past 6,000. Let me level out here. Of course, when I read the name Deutsche Bank, that's what I thought of. It's like, yeah, when that guy said Deutsche Bag, that was funny.
What movie was that?
It's called Beer Fest. It's really funny. There's this group of comedians that make movies called, I think they're called like Broken Lizard or something like that. And they made Super Troopers. I don't know. It's pretty funny stuff. I like that kind of humor a lot, and it was a good show. It's, you know, absurd. It's just silly, but it is pretty funny stuff.
Yeah, some of the movies are so dumb that you can't help but laugh, though.
Yep.
I know what you mean.
Are you guys currently following the flight plan? Like the GPS line?
No, I
Trying, but
was,
it keeps sending me back in the wrong direction.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
that was
mine
what I
was
was
too.
worried about. Yeah, I didn't even bother. I'm glad I didn't bother now. Well, that'll be the next big update. They're going to fix the flight planner. I'm guessing, because when I Googled it, there was a lot of people complaining about that. Guess that won't be an update, it'll be a patch.
I would hope they would do some kind of patch if they know everybody's having an issue.
Gentlemen, when we get these herky birds to Munich, which is Echo Delta Delta Mike, we'll be landing on runway 8 left. Runway 8 left is 13,000 foot of asphalt. That is a monster. So plenty big enough. We do have a little bit of elevation though, because Munich is getting up in the mountains a little bit. We got a 1,400 foot of elevation, so bear that in mind, because they also have an ILS frequency. The ILS frequency for 08 right is 109.5. 109.5 with a magnetic heading of 079 degrees. So count on that for 08 right, or 08 left, that is, 08 left. Oh, 1095. 1095.
Are you at 6 or 8,000?
Yeah, I blew way past 6. I'm at 7.5. But it turns out we've got over 1,000 foot of elevation anyway, so I guess that kind of works out about right. I am almost perfectly 6,000 above the ground, which is not what we said to do. But still, that's a good excuse. I'm 6,000 above the ground, not above the sea level.
No worries. I'll just try to match your altitude. I'll get up
Yeah,
to
like I said,
7.5.
I was busy talking and I went right past 6. That won't happen in that dirty 30.
Well, I know one thing about that airplane for sure is you do not want to overspeed and try to put your flaps and gear down.
No, it has a real in-depth bitching Betty too. The warning system will complain about anything. The whole flight, it's just chirping in your ear. You're too high, you're too fast, you're too low, you're too slow. Put your flaps away. You know, it's just, it never quits. And I like how the display changes as you're putting your flaps out. I like how it tells you how fast you can go. You know what I mean? You don't even have to look it up on a chart. It shows you right on the display. If you go faster than this, you're going to break something. And it changes as it goes. Like I said, you put 2 notches of flaps out, now it changes. Like I said, I'm usually not a big fan of a glass cockpit. I'd rather have gauges like this has. But that's a pretty nice cockpit in that one. It's high-tech, and I would rather have this old-fashioned steam gauge cockpit. But that's a pretty nice cockpit there in that Dirty 30. I'm going to love getting used to that.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun to fly. I still fly from time to time. Since beta it's working better. Yeah, it's fun to fly.
Do you think we're getting ready to maybe even be able to do it in a group flight? I mean, it would be nice if we're all in the same thing, you know?
Yeah, we probably can if you want to. We just have to fly heading.
Right, I would have to do a heading bug as well. And I might not be as comfortable doing instrument landing on this, the ILS feather and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I know I know the system well enough to where I can kind of fake it, but it wouldn't be right.
I haven't even tried it on that airplane yet. Yeah, we can fly it in heading mode and just do it that way. Follow the flight.
Well, we all have it too, so at least we could see each other, right? In theory.
Yeah, it worked when Bob and I were flying it.
Did it give you that, the National Guard paint job? Or the Coast Guard?
Yeah, it will. I was flying the Navy's Blue Angel, the Fat Albert.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You've got an extra livery pack, don't you?
Yeah, you do too.
They give it to you for free? I guess I never installed it.
Yeah.
It doesn't install automatically. Or does it?
You have to download the livery pack now because they separated it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, I could have swore I looked and I didn't see it in there. But yeah, if you have to grab it separately, no, I did not do that. Hey, if it's for free, I'll do it for sure. Plus, that way we can all see each other.
Well, I don't know. The livery that I was seeing Bob in, I don't think it matched what he said he was flying. Or
Well,
vice
that old
versa.
ball
No,
of
I think what it
wax.
was. Yeah, I think what it was. I was flying the Coast Guard version, but he saw me, I think, in what he was flying.
Yeah, I did. I saw you as a Blue Angel too, the blue
Yeah.
Fat Albert.
Okay, yeah, that's a common thing, I guess, too. Like, it's probably the same thing, like if you opened up your nose, you'd see his nose open as well. Or if you opened up your door or your cargo hatch, you'd see his open as well. I guess that's pretty common.
Hey guys, take it off. See you later.
It's always great hearing from you, Coast.
Yeah, I swear I'll give it a try soon.
Yeah, I know it's tough. It's tough finding the time, and you got the whole family there to deal with. So, yeah, I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi once in a while, buddy. It's good to hear your voice.
Take care, guys.
All right,
See you later.
Coach. Yeah, it's always good to hear you, Coach. Take it easy.
Well, I'm not catching that pink line. Every time I try to re-engage it, it keeps sending me back to the airport we left.
Right, because I think all of our flight plans are, the current leg is one way back. There were so many legs. Like I said, there was a leg like every 4 miles, and there were so many of them we missed one. And so now it keeps trying to send us back to get to that one we missed, and screw that noise.
Yeah, you're better off now just trying to fly it in heading mode.
Yeah, that's what I'm on. Yeah, there's no way, because I'm not flying all the way back to where we came from. Just so I can hit that mark and then come back again. So.
And in the glass cockpit one, in the 3030, it's easy enough just to advance the flight plan until you get to where you're current. But in this one, I don't even know how you would do that. I really don't. I was looking in the AFB to see if there was a way to do it, and I don't think there's a way to do it. You have to just set a direct course. You just have to do like a direct from here to there, and then send that to your avionics and basically start fresh. And that ain't fun.
Well, considering this doesn't even have like a real avionics package in it, it's kind of like hidden behind the scenes when you're downloading it to it. So there is no way for you to edit it or add to it or subtract from it. You're
Right.
stuck with what you got.
Yeah, like I said, the only way to do it is to redo it. And who wants to do that for every leg? Yeah, it's not that bad following this heading bug, though, as long as you're kind of on the line. We're going to have
Well,
to
I'll
go
be
to the
taking
right
off on-
quite a bit, but not for a little bit yet. But that 8 left is going to be, like I said, we're going to have to jog off to the right here to get lined up with it. But we do have ILS.
Yeah, I'm taking off on Sunday, and I'll be gone till the Sunday before Labor Day.
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
So I won't going camping, going on the coast.
Yeah, attaboy. Oh, I think you mentioned something last week. You're going to some place that's not too far away from you, but you've never been there?
Yeah, it's about probably 2 hours away.
Yeah,
I've
very cool.
driven by it, but I've never stopped. I've never taken the trailer there before, so it's like 86 sites, but they're all first come, first served, so I'm hoping
yeah.
I get a site.
You said you're leaving
That's why
Sunday?
we're going up on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a
we
good
figure
time. Yeah.
Sunday,
Yeah, that's a good way to
back
do
in
it, buddy.
session, so people really shouldn't be very crowded during the week. Now, Labor Day weekend, I expect the crowds to just start cramming that place on Friday and Saturday, so we're
Well, I
leaving
wouldn't
on
even
Sunday.
try.
We're not,
Yeah, I wouldn't even
Yeah,
bother
we're not-
on Labor Day. Screw that. And on Sunday,
that's why
too,
we're-
you don't want to show up too early. You want to wait until people have a chance to leave, because a lot of people are going home on Sunday.
yeah. Well, that's why we figure we're going to go up on Sunday. We'll leave here around noon. I think you got to be out of the site by noon unless you pay for another day. But
All right. Yeah, a lot of them
So
around
we'll leave
here are
here.
like, you got to be out of there by 3. So, like when I went to the
That was
UP,
good.
I made sure I didn't bother getting to the campsite until after 3 o'clock.
Yeah, here the state parks won't even let you check in till 3, and usually it's like check in is 2 or 3, and then check out is 11 or 12.
Right. Yeah, that was the state
So
park
they
I'm
want-
talking about. So it sounds like they're simpatico on that for sure.
Only want like a 2-hour window or so to check the sites over before the next person moves in.
Yeah, I didn't like staying at the state park. It was expensive and it was crowded. And plus the thing I didn't like about it the most was I was planning on staying like 5 nights in Tequamanon Falls, and they said I had to leave in the morning. They could only put me, and I showed up on a Sunday, and they said, okay, we got one site we can put you in, and you got to leave in the morning. I'm like, well, that's not camping. You know, who wants to set up and then leave the next day again, you know? So I did. I spent that one night, and like I said, it was expensive and crowded, and it was a pain in the ass. And the next day I just went online and found about 30 miles away there was another nice campsite, and that was that big lake I stayed at. Remember I showed you guys a couple shorts with where all the geese showed up and everything. So I'm glad I did that. I should have just went straight there because that was a beautiful place.
Yeah, our state parks are actually reasonable compared to the rest of the camping here in California. Any other campground here, typically you're going to spend anywhere from like $60 to $90 a night.
Right.
And that's if you're a couple hours away from San Francisco. You get anywhere near San Francisco and they're 120 to 150 a night.
Well, it didn't help that it was more expensive for me because I had to buy the recreation pass. I didn't have one of those. So, I mean, I guess that recreation pass is good for the rest of the year. Now I can go to any, you know, so that just gets you in. And then I had to pay for the campsite. So the two together was more expensive than it should have been.
Well, see, that's the second thing. We have a recreation pass here. It gets you into the state parks for free, but it does nothing for camping. So
Yeah, that's the same.
You don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but you don't need the recreation pass to go camping here. It's $35 a night for a state park. So if you don't have the recreation pass, it doesn't benefit you to have it if you're going camping. It's like you should at least give you like a $10 discount, because the America the Beautiful pass, which is good for national parks, that actually gives you like half off your camping fee.
Right.
So it's like you guys should do the same thing for the state pass.
All right, the way our recreation pass works, well, it sounds like it's similar. It doesn't include camping, but you can't even get into the state park just to drive around if you don't have the recreation pass. The recreation pass lets you in.
Well, yeah.
And then
that's
once you're in, then you can find a camping spot and then pay them again. You know, like I said, it wasn't worth it for that one night I stayed. You know.
Yeah, like I said, our recreation passes, they call it a Golden Poppy Pass. It's about $100 or $120 a year, but it gets you admission to all the state parks for day use. And then if you want to go camping, you don't need the Golden Poppy Pass to get in. You can go pay the little guy at the front desk and go camping, but you don't need a rec pass for it. It's just $35 a night for the state park.
Yeah. Of course, the cheapest camping I found was at the casino. The casino was like, yeah, you could stay here for up to 4 days, for absolutely nothing. Yeah, no problem. They were glad to have me. Of course they are, because people are going to spend money. But I stayed one night in the casino, just because I didn't want to cross the bridge at night.
Yeah, we're surrounded by probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 casinos, and of them casinos, only one of them actually has a dedicated campground, and they charge you for camping at that one.
Really?
Yeah, because it's actually a campground with hookups and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this was just part of the parking lot. The guy said, go to that end of the parking lot. You'll see a bunch of other RVs over there, and that's where you stay. I did have to register, though.
Casinos do.
Sorry?
Yeah, the other casinos do. That's what the other casinos do around here. They're meant for just like if you're passing through and you need a place to stop, but then they do want you to come in and spend some money. But the one here has a campground. It's actually, I wouldn't call it a resort per se, but I mean, they got their own. They're right on the lake, and they've got their own marina and restaurants and all, and it's one of the nicer ones there.
This one was a real small one. I was surprised how small it was. It was tiny. I just went in, had a couple drinks, and walked around, and pulled the slot machine a couple times, and didn't have any luck. Just went and spent the night. It was convenient and easy. I got to grab myself a snack. I will often spend the night in Walmarts, but I would rather do that. I'd rather stay in a casino, just nicer.
Casinos are usually going to have a restaurant in there that's open 24 hours. You can go in and get some food at least.
Exactly. Or during the day they got a buffet and stuff. That's always nice. Hey Bob, you look like, or I look like your shadow.
Right over you there, huh?
They were really about.
Did you say we was going to 8 left or 8 right?
I think it's left. Let me double check. It is 8 left. ILS 109.5. You look like you're refueling me if you'd stuck a probe out. You said the DCS C-130 has that, or they're planning to add it, correct?
They're going to add it. They're going to release the C-130J first, and then shortly after, I guess they're going to release the MC-130 with the refueling pods, with refueling capability.
Yeah, that's something I would love to see.
Some kind of laser pointing for something.
Oh, okay, yeah, it can probably point at targets, you know what I'm saying? It can do a circuit around a target, and then it'll mark it. Everybody else knows where the baddies are. Yeah, I'd like to see that when they get that up and running, that in-air refueling. I'll have to check out a video. I'm sure somebody will make one. I've always appreciated DCS for their in-depthness. I mean, that's the only game that I can say rivals in any way Flight Simulator for its in-depth simulation. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes I think DCS is even a step further. DCS is very technical, and it's some heavy-duty simulation going on there, man.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think the C-130J that they're doing in DCS exceeds the one that we have right now in this.
Yeah. Like I said, the few times I've played DCS, I was surprised. You know, I mean, when it's a combat simulator, so you expect it to be a little more arcadey. You know, it's like, yeah, this is what the kids want to play. But it's like, nope, this is a like in-depth combat. You know, the airplanes are right down to the nuts and bolts, man, and it is very complicated and awesome. It really is. I've seen what they did with
I don't know much about it.
That Huey that they had. I was just immeasurably impressed with that. Their Huey is amazing.
And supposedly they said you can do like a load master. You can walk through the cargo compartment around your load. You can even load a Moab bomb and drop your bomb. And you can drop cargo with parachutes and stuff.
Do the bombs explode when they land, when they hit?
Yeah.
I bet they do. Yeah, that whole game is designed around bombs that explode.
Yeah,
it is pretty
impressive.
impressive.
Crash your plane, you go up in a ball of flames and smoke. Wings fall off.
Well, you can see right here in Discord, the channel right below ours is the DCS channel, and I haven't seen anybody down there in a while. But there used to be a lot of people that played that. That used to be one of the more popular channels here in Discord. People would hang out in DCS and just shoot at each other.
I see it down there. I've never noticed anybody being active though, like you said.
Yeah. Oh, we had a whole squadron. Part of our website was dedicated to those guys and everything. They were pretty serious. They had a structure and everything, you know, like a rank structure with each other. Well, I don't think we're too awful far out. Looking at the map, I've got the 8.3 nautical mile range going on there. And it looks like we're well within that, the ILS frequency. I better start bringing my ass down, and I'm going to turn to the right as well. Let's see, we're already at 1,500 feet of altitude, so I'm going to bring her down to, well, 4,500. That should do the trick. I might want to go farther than that because I think we might already be within 20 miles. We're way above the glide slope right now. I know I am. Might be a little bit of a tactical landing here if I can't bring her down quick enough. Reminder that ILS frequency is at a heading of 079 degrees. Holding 4,500. Yeah, this is a case where that having that audible Morse code that tells you that you're within range of the feather, that would come in super handy right now.
Sure would. Man, I hear it from time to time, but it's not for us. I don't know where it's coming from or why.
It's never for the frequency we're tuned in on. It just happens to be some random ass frequency, and I'm not sure that's the navigation radio doing that.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is, but I hear it from time to time. I even see a light come on, a marker beacon light.
Well, there's not a whole lot left to do here in Europe now that we've checked out France and England and Germany and Italy, or at least this part of Europe, Western Europe. Next week we're probably just going to head north and do the old Norway, Denmark, that kind of northern Scandinavian type stuff, you know. I guess we're a little farther away than I thought we were. I still haven't picked up that feather. So that should happen at about 25, 26 miles. I hit these people right outside my window. You guys might hear them. They're partying on a Friday. It is weird though, because even though I'm on the ILS nav selector, my miles gauge, it doesn't have the red bar across it. It says 0, but it usually has a red bar across it, especially when you're in range.
Well, that's good. Then it's not just me. I've been flipping all kinds of things and trying to figure out why don't I have the red bar? Because it usually is the red bar until you're in range, and it's like, no, it's just saying zeros.
Yep, it's been like that the whole trip, I think. Oh, you know what? I switched it. Okay, never mind. I switched it to ILS2, and it gave me a couple miles. That shouldn't be right. I'm definitely using the nav. I'm using nav 1, so it shouldn't make a difference. But nav 2 seems to be correct. You know what? Just for shits and grins, I'm going to go ahead and activate nav 2 and see what happens. It says we're at 17 miles. It gives me the glide slope and everything. This is weird. Did I enter that in the wrong one? No. Well, I got the glide slope and everything, so when in Rome. Although my miles indicator isn't changing now, it's stuck at 17. This is bizarre. Okay, I switched back to the VOR1, and now I have a miles indicator. It says 14 miles and dropping. I've got a glide slope indicator, so everything's good now. I don't know what changed, but it's all good. ILS feather engaged, glide slope dropping. Glide slope engaged, and we're coming in.
Yeah, I had to switch mine over to ILS too for it to work.
Really? Because I switched it over to ILS2, but it didn't work until I switched it back to ILS1.
So when I go back to ILS1, it's still showing me zeros, but ILS2, it's actually finding.
For some reason, for me, it locked in at about 14 miles. Weird. Yep, this Captain Sim bird certainly has some weirdness going on.
Oh, there we go. Now it's doing it. Says I'm 17 miles out.
Yeah, I had to be pretty close. As a matter of fact, it's as if it didn't even show up until my glide slope indicator popped in. Once that popped in, everything seemed to be fine.
Well, I don't have that yet, but at least it's now turning me towards the ILS.
Okay. At 17 miles, you should have that indicator. You should have it inside 20. Got the perfect 2 red, 2 white. Over the threshold, 08 right. Left. You know, I was thinking left and I said right. What's that about?
We're on left, right?
We are on left.
Right.
I almost stalled this thing. What's going on here? Kind of did the same thing we were talking about earlier with you, Longhorn, where I took my autopilot off and it almost flipped me over backwards. I was coming in kind of slow.
Even capture the glide slope. 10
Yeah,
miles
like I said,
out.
once I got within 20 miles, everything worked perfectly. Before that, it was a bit of a mystery. Park up here on the end of the runways and watch you guys land. You're doing real good, Bob. Nice. Nice and smooth, right on the center.
Got an A-21 headed my way on the flight runway.
Yeah, there seem to be a few traffic airplanes around here. You talking about the guy that's on the taxiway?
No, he was on the runway.
Oh, really?
CFG 169. It says A-21 in.
Yeah. Yep, that's the same guy I got. For me, he must be slightly farther ahead in time for some reason. They're on a schedule and all that. He's looks like he's heading to parking. Longhorn coming in. That was pretty nice. I wish they would show your gear, but that looked pretty nice. Nice
I
short
let the
landing.
ILS land me. I didn't even turn the autopilot off. I just let it land and take me all the way into
Really?
the landing. It shut off, yeah, it shut off on its own once I hit the runway.
Oh, I'm so used to shutting it off because FSX was brutal for that. FSX would slam you into the runway hard. So I always made sure I turned it off, you know, 100 feet above the runway.
Yeah, this one actually tends to like flare you right before the runway, so you get a really smooth landing most
Yep.
of the time.
I
Every
know,
once
like
in a while
in
it'll slam you.
the modern jumbo jets and everything, the advanced ones, you don't have to turn it off. It's just like you said. You just let it do its thing and it'll land you all the way. It'll practically take you to the parking spot.
Where are you guys at?
Just to your right.
I don't see you guys anymore.
Really? We're right here. We're just
I
to
don't
the...
see you.
If you go down that taxiway about halfway and then turn, we're parked right there looking at you. Right?
Yeah,
you know,
you're-
so we can see the beginning of the runway. That's weird you don't see us anymore. You had trouble with that earlier, didn't you? Where we were invisible.
well,
You can't even see our
whatever.
name tags, can you?
No, I can't even see your name tags now. But I see that. I saw that same plane you were talking about, the CFG 169. I
Yep.
see him.
Yeah. It's blue and white stripes, like wearing a prison suit to me.
Oh
That's
wow! You
funny.
know what? There's a lot of planes. I'm looking off to my left. I see one or two planes that are red and white stripes like a zebra. One with green and white stripes like a zebra, and then another one with blue and white stripes.
I
Like,
got
what
orange
the
and
heck? I've never
white.
seen that. Wow.
Yeah, bizarre. Hey, that paint job that you had parked at an airport last week with all the electronic looking stuff, that was cool. I like that. You took a cool picture of it. If you stop right now, we're all in line. Hit them brakes. Perfect. It looks like you can
Well,
see where we're at because you're right in line with us, wingtip to wingtip.
Yep, I don't even see you.
Yeah, you even turned the right
Feels
way.
like-
Yeah,
I wonder if I go in and
Nice.
change the server and then come back. I wonder if I'll see you.
I bet you will, because that's what I've had to do a couple before.
All right, let's give that a shot. Oops, it's not that one. What is the one that's change the server?
It's one of the buttons at the top right.
Online, where it says online and under general.
Oh, that's right. You can't do it like you used to be able to do it. You used to be able to just click on your little picture icon there. You can't do that no more.
Oh, not that. Leave it. Okay, so I've got to actually go into the settings screen to do it. And let's go to automatic. And then go back to west.
Absolutely beautiful
And
airplane.
let's see what it does.
Love this thing.
Oh, don't see anybody.
No, I don't see you either.
I don't see you now. There you are. You're coming back in.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, you guys
Oh,
just
there you
popped
are.
into my left now.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, I've left some nasty tracks in their grass. Sorry to ruin your grass, guys.
Not my grass. Go ahead and ruin it. They're lucky we didn't burn it down.
Turn these engines off. It's off. They're awfully loud. There we go. Oh wow, all my lights and everything went out when I turned my engines off.
Yeah, so you turn that generator off.
Must be some pretty deep grass because it's coming up to your knees.
I'm sunk halfway down, huh? Yeah, you too. Look at you.
No, I see your feet. It's just deep grass. I can see your shoes.
Yeah, right on. It looks good, actually.
That was another thing they were supposedly gonna fix, is when you're outside your aircraft, the complaint was you were still seeing your character inside. Well, I see two people in my airplane right now. I see my co-pilot and me. Well, and I didn't have a co-pilot the entire flight, but there's two guys in my my seats now, and they're actually dressed like pilots.
Yeah, I see that too. In mine.
Well, for as long as they took to release Sim Update 3, I'm not very impressed with the results.
Well, the things that they were like really hardcore working on fixing was never really an issue for me anyway. You know, so I don't know. I didn't really. There was a couple little things I wish they would fix, and it wasn't stuff I even heard them talking about.
Yeah, the one thing that they supposedly fixed, I haven't had a chance to try it yet, was the communications window. How after a certain amount of time, it no longer will track where you're at, and you get to keep scrolling down to the bottom to get a hold of ATC and stuff. Supposedly fixed that with this, so we'll see. Takes a longer flight, and they actually identified. They said after a certain number of minutes, it resets the order or the location of where it tracks to. and it wasn't setting it to the right location. It should just stay at the bottom, the
Right.
bottom of the list of all your communications, so that when you need to talk to them, you see what they just said to you. But for me, it would just constantly like set it back up, and I'd have to like scroll all the way back down to see what they just told me.
I love opening this bird wide open, man. It looks pretty cool that way. Of course, all you guys look the same way now, but that's cool looking too.
My plane's completely closed up still.
Yeah, for me, it looks like you're open. If you opened yours, I would look open to you.
Yeah.
Come on, that's rookie. We all know that.
Okay. Let's see, what can I do? That is. Oh, open up my radome. Pilot window left. Oh, I can open.
Notice
the window.
there's a check mark to make your pilots go away. You know what I mean? Your pilot, co-pilot, you check that, and then they're gone.
Oh, pilot show and hide. There we go. Does that make them disappear?
Yep, they're
Find
gone.
out. I don't know what my oxy hatch is. The interphone. I'll just click them all. Why not?
Oh, that's weird. As soon as I walked far enough away, all my shit closed, and that made all your shit close for me. Apparently, you got to be right next to your airplane, or it won't stay open. Our flag is still out, and the rear cargo is still open.
There we go. I just flipped everything.
We've got a nice little overpass here on the highway that you can go in like a tunnel almost.
Oh, you can take the drone camera in there?
Yeah, I'm in there with the drone. I can share my screen if you want to just look at that real quick.
Yeah, let me check that out.
Look at my cargo
Oh,
door
yeah,
didn't
cool.
open.
Looks like there was a car that tried to go over the barrier, huh? And didn't make it. Oh, that's like right there. That's inside the airport. I didn't realize that. Wow, look at that terminal. It's absolutely huge. Oh, look at those airplanes. All of them have stripes. That's weird. They look like candy. Yeah, mine don't look like that. I've got one of them that looks like that, not all of them.
Bet it's because I set my aircraft to ultra, and I'll bet that's what's doing it. Because almost
I do
every
too.
single one, I've got a green striped one, and then I've got a Boeing one that says 737 on it, and then I've got two red striped one. Actually, no, one red striped one, then a pink striped one, two
Right.
blue striped ones.
Yeah,
an
if you're
orange
looking at
striped
Bob's Discord stream here, it's like he's got them all. I mean, he just went past the line of like 12 of them. Yellow, red, blue, pink, black, dark green, and all of them were striped. It was weird. He's looking at these awesome, like, I don't know, what is that, looks like a Goonie bird.
DC-3.
Yeah, DC-3 Goonie bird. Two of them, real nice
Yeah.
looking. I like that bare metal paint job, too. Or the lack of a paint job. That's awesome. Those must just be for display? Or what's going on here?
They have a huge library of static aircraft.
No, I'm just saying
I have
at this
these
airport,
things.
are these actually there just for people to look at, or do they fly in and out of here?
I think they're on display.
Yeah, they gotta be. Those are
They're
real
in the
old.
grass.
Okay, so all of the planes that have stripes on them are Condor. Maybe they haven't gotten like the correct liveries for Condor yet, because I do have another one that is, who is that? Sun Express, and it
Right.
actually looks like a realistic livery.
Well, whatever it is, those stripes are a bit much. They don't look real. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
looks
I'll bet it has
cartoony,
something to do
like
with the
there's something off.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly into some more airports now because I bet it has to do with the Condor because every single one of them has a stripe. So if you get up close enough, they're all labeled like Condor Airlines.
Maybe that's a kind of a placeholder paint job until they get the actual one for that airline.
I hope.
I hope so
because
too,
they
because those
look
are weird. Like I
bad.
said, they look like candy canes or something. And Bob's got he's got like 10 or 15 of them just sitting there in a row, and they're all different random ass colors. Every single one of them. Mine's not like that. I've got a couple of them here and there, but not every single one of them. That's goofy looking.
I'll show you what mine looks like when I get far enough out where I can get them all in the same shot. There we go. All right, let's do that.
Oh, is that a point of interest right there inside the airport?
This must be a parking garage or something.
Yeah, must be. Not a single car in there, but they don't need it. You're not even supposed to be in there, so they don't need it. Did I see a POI to your right? A POI marker?
Me?
Yeah, yeah. Looked like there was a POI marker right there at the airport to your right a little bit. And maybe a little more. Never mind. Oh, no, maybe that's it. That's not as close as I thought it was. That's not even a POI. Never mind.
No, it's another airfield or somewhere.
Thought maybe there was a cool statue here or something.
Hey Bob, where did you drop your picture in?
We're looking at
I
the
did.
stream.
I'm doing a live stream.
Oh, okay. All right,
He's
I'm gonna
looking
put
at
it in the flight info.
Yeah, like if you click on Bob's name.
Okay.
No, it really is amazing how much work they put into this stuff, and who the hell's even going to come here and see this? Besides us, and Bob specifically. But it's like, I mean, look at this. I know a fair amount of it is probably auto-generated, but they still had to create all this stuff.
Yeah, I just put the picture of what my airplanes look like in the info thing. Oops, how do I go down? There we go. Oh, jeez, can I get in there? Oh, I guess I can't get in there.
Oh, weird.
Ah.
Is that just like a barrier going around, or is it raised up? It's just a barrier, isn't it? Oh, you're talking about your airplanes. Yeah, that's exactly what Bob's looks like, too. Except you've got a couple of them that look normal. All of Bob's are fucked up.
Yeah,
That's
what I
weird.
said.
Like,
There's one.
that's such a fakey looking paint job. I hope that's not the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to be.
I mean, if they're going to use a placeholder or something, then just make them solid white and just put the name of the airline on it.
Right. But like you said, it's just that one company too. I've never seen any other company that had them like that. So
Yeah,
it would be
every
nice
one
if
of 'em
each different airline would have different, different paint jobs like they're supposed to. It'd be cool if it didn't look like that.
Jeez, I can't get this drone to go inside any of these buildings.
Really?
Yeah. That's weird. Normally, I thought I could fly into the go into the buildings.
A lot of times you can. Maybe depend. It might depend on the airport and how they modeled the building too. I think.
Yeah, that must be it, because if I try to go down, it just won't let me go below the roof. I'll try this parking garage. That's a huge parking garage.
Yeah, Bob was just in one of them.
Okay, yeah, I can get in the parking garage. I just can't get in the terminals. Well, that's going to make it hard to catch my flight then.
Nah, there's no cars in there anyway, so they probably can't park there.
Nope, I can't
Oh,
even get
there's
in
a
the
couple
control
airplanes
tower.
at Bob's that don't have them weird stripes. Just a few.
There's a tower.
Yeah, I can see in the tower, but I can't get in the tower. I can go up and look in the window. I want to go. Let's see. There's another part of the airport, wasn't there, that had airlines, or is this it? Oh, there's some over there. Let me see what we got over here.
If you go towards the front of the airport, Bob found there's a couple DC-3s sitting there. Real nice bare metal DC-3s. They look great.
Yeah, mine are just showing. I see a 747, and so
Oh,
it's
they're not
like the default scenery. It says Boeing 747, and then on the rudder says 747. And
Now,
I've
these
got
are
an
like
Airbus
outside the front of the airport, like we're kind of by the car parking lot.
I'm
Maybe not
sure
that
where that's
far
at.
away.
Oop, found another striped one though. Let me see if it says Condor on it.
I bet it
Yep, it
does.
says Condor. Yep.
Yeah, it's like Bob
Oh,
got to
there's
a different area of the airport that's like not the Condor terminal, and everybody looks normal. Of course, they're all the
Okay,
same too, but they don't look ridiculous.
There's a DLH plane at the end of it. I'm gonna go down there and see what his, because he's definitely not a striped aircraft. I want to see if they actually modeled it. If he doesn't take off before I get down there, my drone is flying awfully slow. Hey, they have a little racetrack out here.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like a racetrack. Let's see, what kind of plane does this say it is?
Oh, look at that, Bob. I wonder if that's got to be one of those walkways that, like a moving sidewalk kind of thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me go in it though. It'll put me above it.
Yep.
Okay, for the DLH aircraft, it's actually an AI or generated off a real flight plan, because it says they came from LTBJ, wherever that is. But the livery just is the white one that says NEO, unbeatable fuel efficiency, and then it says NEO on the rudder, Airbus A320. So at least that, at least it looks better than a striped zebra, colorful striped zebra.
Yeah, I didn't care much for those striped airplanes, man. They were very distracting.
Yeah.
And
I'll have
Condor
to see if I
Airlines, I'm not
see-
familiar with that. I wonder if that's local. They sure had a lot of airplanes, though.
Yeah, like that whole terminal had probably 80% was Condor. I'm gonna have to look them up. Now watch, I'll look them up and then find out. Yeah, that's actually their real livery. I doubt it though. Oh, they got a gas
I wouldn't
station
fly
out
in that
here.
ugly-looking thing.
Oh, I can get lotto tickets over here. Their fuel station is called AGIP, AGIP. Ooh, what's their prices? Oh, it's probably gonna be in like, 41.9 for 92 octane, 42.8 for 95 octane, and 45.6 for 98 octane. Oh, they even have the prices of their fuel on here. What is that in? Like, whatever the denomination is in Germany.
God, you know what?
Euros?
I'm not sure if they use euros now or what. It used to be Deutschmarks.
Okay, well, that's probably per liter. All right, let's see, what else can I check out here? Oh, what's this? I see a sign.
I would imagine they're on the euro now.
Oh, it's an advertisement. Oh, can't read German though. They're showing some red car with an airplane taking off above it. transfer his METI budget TA. Airport services. Oh, BMW service. Oh, that's probably BMW on there then. Okay.
Not surprising to see a BMW ad. Hey, there's those airplanes
Yep.
again. Those are nice. They're like on the road into the airport. You'll pass them. There's a generator right next to that one. Actually, it's hooked up to a generator. And there's pilots in there. Okay, that's all right. Didn't expect that.
There's a motocross track out here too. Oh shoot, I just hit my freaking joystick. Yeah, there's like a off-road motocross track right at the edge of the runway or the airport.
It's bizarre. A weird place to put it, but I guess if you own the land, why not?
Yeah.
They probably have a statute like you can't put a building there, but why not a flat track?
Actually, they have a couple of tracks out here. It's the track itself is all flat with a bunch of like zigzags and stuff like that. But where they actually then they got some hills out here like the start finish line and it looks like a pretty fun track to ride a bike on. All right, what else we got out here? Another runway.
Yeah, that sign back there said that that's the freeway going to Munich. I used to live not too far from Munich. Little village called Schwäbisch Hall. Actually, it was a little village called Kupfer in the region of Schwäbisch Hall.
The one thing I'm not seeing, and I turned it all the way up to ultra, is airport traffic. The buses, the baggage carts. I'm not seeing any of that out here.
No, I haven't either. Even on Bob's stream, I don't see any of that. There's certainly not a lack of stuff to see, but can't see those.
Yesterday when I flew to some general aviation airports. And I saw plenty of that stuff there. So I wonder if it's because it's a handcrafted or a bespoke airport that it doesn't have any of that. Because this place looks completely deserted besides the Zebra airplanes.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of cars in the parking lot, but like you said, there's that racetrack. A couple of them, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, very bizarre place for that, isn't it? Maybe that's where they race all the baggage handler carts.
On some more airplanes out here. Got a KLM. They modeled that one correctly. It actually looks like a real livery. And then all the rest of them are all the generic Neo and Boeing and whatnot, other than the Zebra Condors.
Yeah, those Zebra Condors were bizarre looking. Hopefully that's just a placeholder.
Yeah, it's got to be, because it's the only airline that has that type of livery. What is this, E2? What airline would be E2?
Okay.
Well, everybody, thanks for joining us on Friday Night Flights. I think we're going to go ahead and call it evening right here. We are in Munich, Germany. We're probably going to be taking off out of here next week and heading more north towards Norway and Denmark and all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to do some of that. So thanks everybody for watching. Please join us one of these nights. Get the information in the description of the video. Get the game on Game Pass. Like and subscribe. And we'll see you next Friday. Good night, everybody.